Well, hello there, folks. This is John Montez with the Monty TX YouTube channel. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're having a great day wherever you are in your part of the world. Folks, I have some guests with me here. I have Skylar to my right and Alyssa. And we just finished doing an election simulation for a couple of election races that are going on right now. The March primaries here in Collin County. Well, actually, the state of Texas and actually nationwide, there's elections going on. But we're going to run a similar election simulation again, but we're going to do it for two county level, local government level races. So there's one position that's up for re-election, the Collin County Judge seat. That's currently held by Mr. Chris Hill. And his opponent is Rick Grady. So we're going to do election simulation there for that one. And then on the county commissioner's court, you have the county judge and you have county commissioners, and they all sit on the commissioner's court. You can kind of think of the commissioner's court as the county judge is kind of like the mayor of the county, at the county level versus the city. And then like in a city council, you'd have council members. Well, on the county commissioner's court, they're called commissioners. So at the county level, you have the commissioners that are kind of like councilmen, but at the county level they call them commissioners. And then you got the county judge, which is kind of like the county mayor. So those two races, we're going to run the election simulation like we did a little bit earlier, and I won't spend as much time on it, but this is the methodology we're using. So we'll shuffle or cut the cards, and there's going to be 54 cards in this deck, and there's going to be two jokers, and then the four twos, four of every other card, 2s through 10, jacks through ace. And then on this chart you'll see like the values that each of those cards can have. The 2 through 10 will have their face value. The jack's worth 11, queen's worth 12, kings are worth 13, ace is 14, and then the jokers will be only 1 point. And the election simulation we're going to run is, we're just going to kind of create some randomization. I'm going to deal some cards. These young ladies here, they're going to tell me when to stop. Wherever they tell me to stop, we'll mark that point with the candidate cards, and then at the end we'll just see what card they wind up with. It's almost like cutting for high card. So the higher the value of the card, the more favorable the election outcome is predicted to be, using these cards in this election simulation method. So ladies, you ready to get started? Skylar, you went first last time, so I'll let Alyssa go first this time. So Alyssa, I'm like we did last time. I'm starting to deal the cards, and you just tell me when to stop. Okay? Yeah, whenever you feel like stopping. Right there. Okay, she gave me the signal. All right, so we'll mark that point, Skylar, for Mr. Chris Hill right there. Drop the cards there, and then we'll do the same thing for Rick Grady. And this time, Skylar, you'll be the one that tells me when to stop. You folks are kind of like the proxies for these candidates. Ideally, I would do this with the candidates. Like they'd be sitting here, and you told me I'm running my mouth. She's telling me to stop. Okay, hold on. Let me mark that spot for Rick Grady. Yeah, but what I was saying is, ideally, if I had the candidates here, I'd have the candidates tell me, hey, tell me when to stop, and we'll see where your cards wind up, and see how fate turns out for you. All right, so here we go. It's no different than consultants that throw a bunch of data and numbers in a spreadsheet, and hey, let's see what it says. All right, so Chris Hill. All right, this is going to be the card that he's wound up next to here. We'll take that out here. Let me move his cards down here, and then we'll look for his opponent's card. Okay, right there, Rick Grady, and that's the card that he wound up next to. All right, and we'll tell you what, we'll just take a look. We'll see. What did Chris get? Chris got, that's a very high card. That's one of the highest cards. And Rick Grady, what did he get? He got a very low card. So based on this election simulation, Mr. Chris Hill's got the clear higher card here, and Mr. Grady got kind of a low card. So based on this simulation, looks very favorable for Mr. Chris Hill. Very favorable for him. Wouldn't you say? All right. Okay. All right. And then we're going to do the same thing here. in just a moment for this next race here, the county commissioners race. And let me give the cards a cut. And just for good measure, cut them again. All right, so randomize the cards, and now we're going to run the simulation for the county commissioner court. Now this is going to be a head-to-head race between Mr. Woody Huffines and Mr. Shelby Williams. So Skylar, you'll get to lead us out here for Mr. Woody. So I'm dealing cards, and you know the drill. You tell me when to stop. All right. Stop right there. You want me? Okay, yeah, she's telling me, yeah, put it down. Okay. All right, we'll mark this spot with Woody's candidate card. Drop the cards on the deck, and we'll do the same thing for Shelby. And this time, Alyssa, you'll be the proxy for Shelby here. Now, if he gets a good card, he'll be happy with you. If he gets a low card, he may not be. Stop right. You want me to put this card down or stay here? Okay, she's saying deal down. Okay, all right. All right. So we'll mark that with Shelby's candidate card, and we'll just see. What do the cards say? And for the folks that are superstitious, man, like there's no witchcraft going on here. Hey, it's just some cards. We're inserting some cards here, so don't get too excited. Oh boy. All right, so there's Woody Huffines. Let me put Woody's candidate card there. Let me put his the card that he wound up next to there, and let's go look for Shelby. All right, there's Shelby's card here. Let's move these two cards here, Shelby, and all right. So okay, so here we go. The last election simulation. Well, what does our election simulator say this race is going to turn out to look like? So let's check Woody's card. Woody got king. Oh man, he got a king too, a king of diamonds. So all right, if Woody were here, he'd be saying hot damn. All right, let's see what Shelby got. Wait a minute. Wow, Shelby got the Joker card too. All right, well that's a pretty wide. It's not like one guy got a 9 and the other guy got a 10 or 7 or 8. Where it was kind of close. This is a very wide difference here. So okay, well according to our election simulator, things are looking favorable, very favorable for Chris Hill, very favorable for Woody Huffines, and but it's going to be. The voters are going to decide. So if the voters, if the Chris Hill, Woody Huffines voters turn out, their candidate's going to win. If the opponents' voters, more of them turn out, they'll win. So it's all about turnout. So yeah. So all right. So there's your little civics lesson, and interwoven with a little bit of a card magic and demonstration. So anyway, hope you guys like that. The ladies here, they enjoyed it. All right. Okay. Well, hey, if you haven't voted, early voting's already started. You better get out there and vote. All right. Election day is March the 3rd, but you can early vote this weekend, next week. I'm getting a call, folks. We'll see you later. All right. Bye.